Hello, everyone. Welcome to Divine Soul Awakening. We are a group of psychics and spiritual mediums coming together to help everyone awaken, align with their higher selves and soul's purpose while uplifting humanity. So, today is part two of the introduction of the group. Last week, we did 3 introductions of the group, and this week, we're going to start with Kristie for her introduction to her awakening story. And after the awakening stories, we're going to go into a Q&A, and we're going to have a mystery guest join us, as well as end with some readings. So I'm going to pass it on to Kristie to start with her awakening story.
Thank you, Martine.
You're welcome.
Good morning, beautifuls. Hope everyone's having a blessed day. And I'm turning my volume down a bit, getting some feedback, and that always makes me pause when I'm trying to talk. Okay, so I'm just going to start out with my childhood. I didn't really know that I had any spiritual gifts in my childhood. I do remember sometimes that I was really good at manifesting things. If I said, I'm going to win that, or I'm going to have that, I had it. It was really quick too. One particular thing was this little TV. It had a built-in VCR. It was like I don't know, probably a 10 or 12-inch TV that was being given away at a store. And I was a little girl. I was probably like 8 or 9 or something like that. And they were taking drawings. And I told my mom, I was like, I'm going to win that. I'm going to win that TV. And so, and I did. I won it. And I don't know how they did that 18 and over, if they did the 18 and over thing or not, if my mom just signed for it. She never told me. But I won the TV. And like little contests that I would enter. They had these little cakewalks at this little fair, because I just live in this little town. And I remember this one particular one was at my grade school, my elementary school. And as soon as I walked in, I'm like, I'm going to win this. I'm going to win it. I know I am. And my mom is like, well, we just have to wait and see. And trying to prepare me in case I didn't. And I'm like, it's okay, Mom. I'm going to win it. And I did. I won. It's just, and I was thinking about that when we were talking about our childhood, to think of our childhood things. And that was some things that came up, because I was like, man, I really could manifest them, but gosh, it got smashed down really quickly with all of the people around me, saying, oh, you can't do that, and you shouldn't do this. And I'm sure all of you guys can relate, because of the adulthood stuff that is around you when you're a kid. It's like, stop that, don't do this. And so I did. And so I kind of lost touch with those abilities. And so I'm still in the process of relearning those things, or coming back in touch with them, I guess I should say, because it's already there. I know it's there. And so moving forward a little bit, I went to college. I ended up, what a lot of people probably don't know is I have a Bachelor of Medical Science degree, and I have a Master of Science in Physician Assistant. And I didn't practice medicine as a PA. It just didn't work out that way, which the way it happened was kind of disappointing at the time. But now I see it was because it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant for me to practice medicine, Western medicine, because I'm more of a herbalist type person. So what I did get from it, all my anatomies and physiology and biologies and chemistries and all that, helped me to move forward with some of the herbal stuff that I dab in and trying to learn about. So, but I'm okay with it not working out, and I just know it was meant to be. So I really don't think about it too much. So fast forward a little bit more till about 5 years ago, I sold or gave away everything I owned, everything. Like I was like, I just need a few clothes. That's all I need. And I went on the road with a bunch of like-minded people in this bus, and we traveled the East Coast and worked at Self-Sustainable Farm. And that was like in trade for food, and we could pitch a tent on their land to stay. And so I learned about what we built. Like I made some notes here, so if you see me looking, we built like compost toilets and cob ovens, some cob buildings. Learned about a lot of gardening and permaculture, that kind of thing. And that really was the beginning of my awakening stage, because when I was traveling to these different cities, I'm just a small town girl from a little town in West Virginia, and never really, born and raised here, and never really traveled much. So when I got out and got to explore these other cities, it's like every city has their own culture, and to be able to experience that, and to meet people face to face, like, and see how they interact with you, because besides like what you're told on television, for example. Because we went to New York, we went to upstate New York. All I knew of for New York was the big city, the city of New York. But we went to upstate New York, and it was just farmlands and just open property and mountains and beautiful. And so I never thought of New York like that, but I got to experience it. So it's kind of that type of thing, when it opens your eyes to things that you would have never known had you not been there and seen it for your own eyes. And so that was a big part of my awakening. And we also, we would visit different churches and that type of thing, or activities going around in the area. And so we got to experience how those particular religions would experience different things. And so that was it was a really big learning experience for me, and it opened my mind and expanded my mind a lot. And so then after we got back, I started, like, I'm a big researcher. So I research everything. And so I went down the rabbit hole. I went on my truther phase after that. So I was just like trying to find out what the heck is going on with everything, as far as the media, the news media, and, how we're told that we have a certain agenda that we follow, and that type of thing. And so, my gosh, you could just research yourself to death, because once you start asking questions, you just get more questions. You don't really get a whole lot of answers. So that's what I was on that little hamster wheel for a few years. And so that helped me expand my mind even a little more. And then as I'm doing all my research and going through all that, I came across William Michael Forbes. And so then I started researching like the spiritual side of things. And so that kind of let me grow in that area. And then I started like listening to these spiritual gurus and that type of thing. And I ended up taking the William Michael Forbes class, which is where I met all of you guys. So grateful. And and so that has led me to here today. And so we have this commonality where we just want to help each other and help other people to expand their minds, and to see that there's so much more out there, and that we have these abilities within us already. And we just have to figure out how to activate or reactivate them, and get in touch with them. And I just want to say I'm so grateful for each and every one of you guys that are here listening to us and are here in the show with us. And I love all of you. And I hope that if there's anything that I can do for any of you, please message me. We have our contact information. And everything is included for each and every one of us. If you have questions on any of our journeys, we are all grateful for it and glad to share that information with you guys. And because we're on the same path, but we are going to the same destination, right? So, and some of us have been through some experiences that others haven't already or are going through already. And I'm absolutely glad to be able to help anyone that has questions. If it's something I haven't been through, maybe someone else on the panel has been through something and can help you go through it. So, but all of us have been through a lot and are always here and willing to help each other. And I'm so glad to see everybody online. We've got so many people here talking and sending messages. I love you guys. I love you, Tana. I'm glad you're here. I love you, Alyssa. Thank you guys so much. There's so many. I'm just kind of overwhelmed.
So, Kristie, how long was it that you started from now to when you took the William Michael Forbes course? How long has it been when you first took the William Michael Forbes course and started working on your spirituality?
When I first took I've listened to him for probably about 2 years, but I didn't take his first course until it was either the beginning of this year or the fall of last year.
Nice.
So it's very new. It's still pretty new. It's not.
And now you're one of the instructors.
Yeah. Yeah, he brought me on board. He said, he was just like, he felt like he needed me there, and I felt like I needed to be there. So it worked.
So gifted.
Perfect. Beautiful. So thank you, Kristie, for sharing your beautiful story.
Thank you, guys. I love you all.
Love you.
And next we're going to go to Desiree. Desiree, how was your awakening story? And did you have your gifts as a child? Please elaborate.
Okay. All right. So I've always been somewhat in tune as a kid. I would always dream. I would always see things of that sort. And growing up into my teenager years, I really started getting into my ego, which happens to the best of us, right? And through my teenager years into my adult years, I kind of struggled. I was really into sports, but I always knew I was different. I used to get made fun of when I was a kid, and a lot of it had to do with the ethnicity that I was. And so being biracial, is something that I've had to learn to really accept about myself, which I love. I love that about myself. So I struggled with really a lot of insecurities growing up as a teenager, as a kid. And when I moved overseas to Korea, my parents are retired Air Force, so I grew up on an Air Force base, and we moved off Air Force Base shortly around when I was 7 years old. But during my about 17, 18, I moved to Korea, and that was a life-changing experience for me. It allowed me to see so this is just my opinion. At the time when I lived there, it was my first time being overseas, being in a totally different country. And I really admired how they used all their resources, how they take care of themselves and their family. And it really made me realize that for me, I'm like, wow, like, we take things for granted, I took things for granted, and so, but during this process, I I never really, during this process of my adulthood, going into my 18 years, I started to rebel. I started to, with my parents and things like that. So my relationship with my parents wasn't all great once I got into my 18s and going into my 20s. So when I left Korea, I went back to Texas because I was originally from Texas. So I went back to Texas and I went to college. I partied the whole entire time. 19 years old, experience, now I know better. So now I'm going to school and buckling down. But, during this process of coming back and really being on my own, because I didn't get along with my parents, and I lived in Texas. I was going to college. I was partying, and ended up meeting somebody that was from Oregon. So this is where I'm at now in Oregon, and I ended up moving here in Oregon, and I still wasn't talking to my parents. I'd call them every once in a while, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing here in Oregon. I knew because the type of relationship that I had with my parents, I knew that I didn't want to go back to Korea. For one, I didn't even want to go to Korea in the first place because I was leaving all my friends, from the time I'm a time where I can comprehend things up until my 18 years of age. It's like I've had this life here in Texas that I just had to automatically pick up and go at 18 years of age. A lot of some people get the opportunity to experience it younger than what I was, So moving forward, moving here to Oregon, I didn't know how to get a job or anything like that, and I struggled. I struggled through getting jobs. I struggled through really trying to survive on my own, even though I had assistance from his family as well. But because I didn't communicate, I had a non-communication with my family. I didn't have a connection with his family as well. I mean, we communicated, but it wasn't as strong as what, a daughter or a son and their parents have. And so I struggled and I struggled, and I went down a path of, I started drinking. I ended up, I had experience dancing, so I used to dance, and this was a path that I went down that, it was a destructive path. I did drugs, I drank, I smoked, and deep down I knew that this wasn't something that who I was, but somehow it was hard for me to break through. Allowing my ego to just focus on money, trying to support myself, this and that. And eventually I ended up joining the military. I served in the National Guard for 8 years, and I got out in 2017, going in 2018. And, I'm grateful for my experience that I had in the military. At the same time, it really opened my eyes to a lot. And one of the reasons why I got out, because there was certain stuff that I didn't believe in, and I didn't want to have to be forced to do something that I didn't believe and have to be reprimanded for it, because I was owned by, the system. And so after I got out, I moved to Medford, which is 4 hours away. I ended up meeting somebody, and I took myself away out of the environment, and I went down. I still was drinking, I still was trying to figure out, what am I here to do? I knew as a kid that I was here to do more. I wanted to help people, but I just didn't know how. I've always had people come up to me, be drawn to me and talk to me about their problems and things of that sort. And so this is something that I've always wanted to do in life. And when I moved to Medford, I was still in a depressed state of mind because, I stopped dancing, which was quick money, and obviously it wasn't something that I wanted to continue because I wanted to do more with my life. I got into this depressed state, and I just wasn't happy with myself, and I was looking for jobs, but then I would revert back to the past and how I was always in and out of jobs. And the reason why I was always in and out of jobs is because I wasn't happy with what I was doing, and it was for me to find something that really, really gave me excitement, gave me love, gave me passion, and doing what I love. And so over time, I ended up I found a job, and I actually manifested this job. This is during the time where the cannabis business got really big, and so at the time, I wanted to work in the cannabis business, and I manifested the exact job that I wanted. And I was there for 2 years, and over time, I would sit there and trim, and I started really dabbling into the subconscious mind, because I knew that there was more to myself than just sitting here looking at a wall and trimming. And at the time, I was listening to subconscious mind videos. I had came across William Micros a couple years prior, and so I ended up coming across him again. And when I came across him again, it's like all these flashbacks came back to when I was listening to him. But at the time, I really wasn't focused on wanting to know more about myself. I was just like scrolling through and listening, and but when I ended up coming across his YouTube again, that's when things started to really change for me. I started dabbling into the subconscious mind. I started meditating. Subconscious mind is what really, really took me above and beyond with learning how to program my subconscious mind and meditating. And once I started meditating, I started to really become aware of my thoughts, my emotions. I started to be able to really think and analyze my past and how and why everything happened the way it did for me. And during this time of once the pandemic started, I ended up losing my job. I got laid off. So it's been about going on 2 years now. But it happened at the divine timing, because I literally was telling my coworkers, at the time I was getting my life coaching and health coaching certificate. And so this is something that this is what I wanted to really do, was be of service for others through life coaching and spirituality. And so at this time when I was getting my life coaching certificate and I was going to school and doing work, I said to the universe, and even to my one of my employees, or one of my coworkers, actually, one of my good coworkers, is telling her, because she's spiritual too, but they asked me what do I want to do, and I'm like, I don't want to be here forever. I want to, I'm going to school for life coaching. I want to be of service for others. I know there's much more to life than this. I know I'm much more than just this physical body, and and then 2 days later, the universe said, hey, because there was a choice that I could have made. I could have made the choice to leave, but I didn't make the choice, so the universe made it for me. And sometimes, the universe makes choices, and at the time, they don't feel like they're the best choice. At the time, although I asked for it, I still was in shock, so it took me about a month or so to really get out of my funk and get out of my emotions and really assess the emotions that I was feeling. And so ever since then, I started Kristen's course, and then I took William Michaels' course, and now I'm teaching in William Michaels' Mediumship course, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful for every single one of you that I have met, and this is something that I really found myself yearning for, was a soul tribe. I've always been somebody that has had 1 or 2 friends here and there, close by, and I've always had, growing up, I've always been the person to cater to others and put others before myself, or if I had friends and we go out, I'd always be the host, and I really, over time, I started realizing, not everybody's your friend, not everybody's going to treat you the way you treat them, and so I really got into a depressive state about that as well, because I wanted friends. I wanted people that I could connect to. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. And I'm so grateful that I have that. And I'm grateful for all of you that are on here today. And, it's like more and more keep coming. So it's beautiful, and I'm grateful for the journey that I'm on. I'm grateful for the experience that I have gone through, because it's making me who I am now in this very moment. And, I just can't, I'm excited to see where I'm going to go and to see where all of you are headed to. We can feel it, right? And it's just a beautiful thing. And I'm just really here to assist and guide, humanity, Mother Gaia, and humanity with really becoming the best versions of themselves, and really honing in on that, on their divine essence. So, all right, guys.
That was really amazing, Desiree. Can I ask you a question though before Martine introduces Jelle?
Yes.
Your spiritual gifts that you have now, how does that affect your life coaching and how you coach people in life coaching?
Ooh, it's more on a, how can I put it? To me, I find it more personal when I connect with others through my spiritual gifts with life coaching than just delivering life coaching tips and things like that. Because to me, that's like, how can I put it? To me, that's where it's truly it. That's where it's truly at, is involving, the spirituality with the life coaching, because to me, that's the complete package. You know what I mean? With life coaching, and I'm sure, Rachel, you can agree on this too, with life coaching, you're directing a person depending on what it is that they need assistance with, right, in certain areas of their life, but sometimes you're not incorporating the things that actually are keeping them from moving forward, which are blocks within the body and the mindset and the emotional aspect of things. So, having my gifts and being able to really incorporate them into my life coaching is amazing, and it's something that I honestly, I cannot see myself doing without it. So
Thank you, Desiree. Thank you
welcome.
for your story. That was
Kanye.
really inspiring. Thank you for sharing. So next we have Jelle.
Thank you so much, Martine. Yeah, so for me, as a child, I didn't have any gifts or anything remarkable. Only like one moment I recall from my youth is like when I was 7 or 8. I was having a high fever and I was observing myself from the ceiling. So that was weird. But, at that time, I just thought I was just hallucinating. So I didn't dive into it any deeper, of course. For me, like the second profound experience was in 2002 when I was 21. My mother had just passed, and we were at my sister's house, and we had this weird thing happening. So we were in the living room, and all of a sudden the temperature started dropping. So we were like, okay, just gonna close the window, a bit of draft, see what happens. And then I recalled, okay, it's a hot summer night, so it doesn't make any sense that it's getting colder in the living room. So we were walking to the digital thermostat on the wall, and it started gradually still dropping. It never stopped. It just stopped dropping and dropping. So we were like, okay, let's get our scientific side out, and we were like, okay, let's light a candle and get a camera. Let's see if we can photograph something, see if something shows up later, stuff like that. And get a cat, because cats see things, that's like, we were real scientific about it. So we were just trying to figure out what was happening. So I put the cat on my lap, and we lit the candle, but with the candle nothing happened. And we took some pictures, but nothing showed up on that afterwards. We knew later. So we were just sitting there, and my sister was standing in the middle of the living room. I was sitting on the couch with the cat on my lap, and we were just trying to absorb the situation, see if something happened, So at some point, I felt this energy go from my back, like a really calming, loving energy go from my back, go into me. And I simultaneously saw my sister react at the same time, and the cat also it dropped on his four legs, started laying down, and its fur looked different, like looked more greasy. It changed. So we were like, okay. So I told my sister, and she agreed that the same thing was happening to her as well. So we were this energy was going through my body, and it went down to my upper legs for some time, and then it suddenly it went away. And then I saw the cat. It stood on its went to stand on its front legs, and it looked really dazed, like it was drugged or something. And it looked at me really dazed, right in my face. And then its eyes went a little bit to the left, and its eyes got huge, So I really had this profound experience that way. And I looked around, and there was nothing on the wall, no lighting or flies or anything. So it was really something was there, And my mother, of course, later on got that confirmation. But yeah, that was really a profound experience, really a wake-up call in that moment. So and we really took the scientific approach, but we couldn't make sense of it. This was beyond, feeling the energy go into your body and seeing the cat react that way. That was just that was crazy. So that was the profound experience for me. For like, okay, there's more to life than we know. Okay, so it doesn't stop there. So then, but at that point, I didn't really do anything more with it. I wasn't like I didn't have any gifts or anything, or trying to figure out more about it. Other than it just opened me up more about there's more to life. The next thing, the real awakening for me was in end of 2016. I was really like depressed, everything in life, it came together in a negative way. So I was really, like depressed and burnout. I couldn't even look directly into the light, It was really, really my lowest moment, let's call it that. So I was really like, okay, I have to pull myself out of society and just fix myself, I really wasn't into going to therapy and get medication and stuff, because I saw it with other people around me. They were like drugged for a couple of years and nothing really happened, They didn't make a great comeback in strength or change. So I really felt drawn. I've always been really intuitive, like follow my gut, So not in terms of gifts, but more like really follow my gut and my own instincts. I've always done that. So so my mind was really overrun. So I really need to quiet that down, because it also really, took a big toll on my energy every day. It was really weighing me down. It was really strong. So I started watching anything that could inspire me and take the rest whenever I needed. And I started seeing reading Eckhart Tolle books, and also watching videos, anything that could help me. And Eckhart Tolle had this good exercise to observe yourself. And I really dove deep into that, and also meditated. So really learned about meditation. So I meditated a lot and really dove into this exercise of Eckhart Tolle. And one specific moment, because I tried it a lot of times in a different way, so it worked for me. You have to create a little bit of your own story to really get the upper hand of it when your mind is really overrun. It doesn't work if it's really strong in your mind. So I really had to create my story in a way that it would work, this exercise. And then all of a sudden, I was doing this exercise, and from one moment to the other, my mind was from completely overrun to complete silence. So that was really, really amazing. But I couldn't still see, I couldn't still look into the light, It was really off balance. So I did some intuitive Googling and found ashwagandha, which is plant-based, and it really helped me. Like within 30 minutes of taking it, it was restored. So that was really good. After that, my awakening, of course, had started. So I watched a lot of videos. You get really curious, like the same with Kristie's story. You get curious about everything and want to know everything and all the systems and how everything works. So I had that same thing. And I had this, all of a sudden I had this video of Deepak Chopra I was watching. And, it has a setting like you have him, the spiritual teacher, who wants to get his message across, but there's a lot of science people around it, and it's being ridiculed. That a lot of those videos always happen. And he was talking about the third eye and opening the third eye, and I was like, why ridicule? Just give it a try. So I went like, okay, let's do the binaural beats and see if something happens. I wanted to know. So I tried these binaural beats, and I really felt this opening of my third eye. It was really high up on my forehead in the beginning, and I really felt it lower down to where now it should be, of course. So I really felt that opening of my third eye. So then I went to, when I went to the forest, I noticed my third eye really started throbbing, it was really strong. And I also had this connection when I felt this gratitude with nature. I felt like this ball of energy at the back of my head. I really felt like a ball of energy. I can't describe it any other way. That happened a couple of times. And I really, doing all these meditations, I felt this bliss state, So did you find out who it was with you at that time? At which time? Do you mean the energy coming in? That was my mother's energy. If that's what you mean, son. So at the forest, I really had that connection, and doing this, a lot of meditations that also helped me to get into this bliss state. So I really noticed at some point I had like a couple of weeks, I really didn't care about anything. Like bills come in. Normally I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta take care of this, but there was nothing there. I was really out of that whole system. So that was really profound for me as well. But then at a certain point, you're healed. Yeah, you got to go back to work, and then it goes away, of course. So I didn't have. I did have one profound other experience. So because of opening my third eye, at some point I was, I just went out of meditation. I was sitting in my living room, and I looked, and there was not in my mind's eye, but really outside of me, there was this spirit standing in my room, and it looked like a ghost, like a white cloaked but spiritual, like in spirit, holographic, so not real, of course, but it looked really detailed. So but I didn't have any gifts, so I didn't know what to do with that. So I was just staring at it for a while, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make dinner now, so I'll be in the kitchen if you need me, because I didn't know what to do with that. So that was a profound experience. And that energy that was standing in my living room had like these triangles above its head, and it was moving to the left. So that is all really noticeable what I was seeing. Other than that, it looked just cloaked. There were no details in that in a specific way to know who it was or anything. I still don't know who that was. So then let's see, where was I? So after that, went back to work, and everything went away. Still kept meditating, just not that as much as I did before. Then I did in 2019, I did this ayahuasca ceremony where because I want to know more about that. And I observed myself. It was, I don't know if you ever done ayahuasca, but when you close your eyes, you see like these Mayan images going around and things like that. And you open your eyes, you can just speak to somebody. So it's really weird. You close your eyes, you see this, it doesn't change. So you close your eyes, you look at it, and you open your eyes, you can have a conversation at the same time. It's really strange. But I also, during that ayahuasca session, observed myself from a distance again. So from a soul level, and I really noticed it's about, I was doing things really automatically, like yawning when there's, putting a hand in front of your mouth when there's nobody in the room. You just do it automatically, it was really, noticeable that it was trying to teach me that. And after the ayahuasca session was done, I went to walk home, and I saw like the energy grid. I saw like these lines going vertical, but also on the ground, horizontal. It was really weird, but that's what I saw. So that was the ayahuasca session. And then like in 2020, I felt like guardian angel stroking me on my cheek, and that didn't stop. So it really caught my attention, and I was pulled through videos, and I saw like Kristen Davis videos, and that's how I ended up doing the mediumship course with Kristen Davis in 2020 in June. And so that was the 101, and I met Desiree there. Yeah, Desiree and some people from chat, Lisa, others. Let's see, and then I did the other one in August 2020, and now doing the William Michael Forbes courses. So my gifts are opening up from that time, and now I'm seeing clairvoyantly and clairsentiently, claircognizantly also. It's just now opening up the Claire audience a little bit more. But yeah, that is my awakening story and my gifts.
Very cool. So we've got a question from Lisa, and she's asking if you can tell us about what ayahuasca is.
Ayahuasca is it's a root, I believe, from, oh my God, here we go. I don't know if I'm telling it right. It's like a root from I think Peru or something, and they make like a drink of it. And you also have to use some DMT inhibitors. Is that what you call it? Like it prevents you from the experience being blocked. So you have to take those two, and then you can have that experience. So yeah, so that was my awakening story.
Beautiful.
Seems like we all had to experience the dark night of the soul. Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe multiple times to really transform. Absolutely. Yeah.
Has everyone gone through?
Go around it. Sorry?
Has everyone gone through like a dark night of the soul? Would you say this?
Oh, for sure.
Moment?
I'm going through one right now. It's like it's you don't go through just one, you know. You go through multiple.
Layers.
Like each time you like go through like a you know, because we're always awakening. We're going through different stages of awakening. So it's like each time you go through one stage of awakening, there's like, okay, there's this dark night of the soul. All right, got through this. Okay, here goes another awakening. Oh, okay, here goes another dark night of the soul. Okay, you know, because we're always releasing. So, you know, and in order to keep integrating what's, you know, the light into our body, we have to keep releasing the density.
Yeah, and I always call it like a birthing process. You know, you have to go through the tunnel and then there's the light. So you got to push. It's uncomfortable. But once you get through that, it's like this whole new world opens up to you on the other side. So I do think we go through cycles of that, and like the hero's journey type storyline, you know, we're always kind of living that. So, yeah.
I have a question for you guys. Do you find yourself, now that you know so much about yourselves and about awakening and things like that, are you able to spot when your family members or your friends are having a dark night of the soul? Because I know I can now.
Yes, totally.
For sure.
Totally.
Oh, yeah. And I feel like I can be more supportive for that and just, you know, help guide them from like a neutral perspective. Like, this is what's happening. If you can take that higher perspective of it, you can get through it. It's actually a positive thing. You just got to heal, release, let go. Just whatever wants to come, just let it go. Don't attach to it. Don't judge it. Just know that you're releasing, because you're not a match for that anymore. And what wants to come in is the match, but you have to like let go of the old for the new to come in. So you just have to go through it, you know?
Yeah. My brother-in-law, he is he's just a no nonsense, burly type of guy. He's a man's man. And all of a sudden he just he couldn't eat meat anymore. It's like, you know, I'm just not eating meat. And he changed, he was changing the people that he wanted to spend time with. Before, he was in a job that he just didn't like, and he was drinking just to kind of avoiding it all the time. And almost overnight, he just changed. And just now, it's not a person that you can actually tell anything to, but you can hold space. So all I could do was hold space for this very confident male, and just let him share and acknowledge and say, yep, I know what you're talking about. Yep. And just kind of give him that confirmation, and that alone. And this is probably about a year ago that he's had that. And the transformation that he's gone through, where he has, you can definitely see it. So I think that we have our different moments where we can guide people, whether it's sharing our experiences or just holding space.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to say with this question I put up by Tana, I tried it once. You have like two different ways for doing like lucid dreaming, you know. You have like the dream-induced lucid dreaming, DILD or WILD, I believe it's called. So I tried it. I remember trying it once. I didn't really succeed, but I remember like it's you count your hand during the day. You know, you count your fingers different times during the day, and then when you sleep and when you wake up, you automatically look at your hand and you see if something changed. Because if you're having a lucid dream, you might have 6 fingers. Things change like that. So I remember trying it once, and all of a sudden I woke up and I looked at my hand and I had 6 fingers. But I was so happy about it, it immediately takes you out because you can't get too excited about it. So I wanted to share that. So that is my whole experience. But yeah, so it's something to take into account.
And I think anyone that's done the 103 with William Michael Forbes, we do get into astral travel and astral projection, where you imagine yourself, let's say, at the supermarket the next day, or if you plan to go somewhere the next day, you imagine yourself who's there, who's around you, who's coming around the corner, and there's a practice session that you go through there as well. But you definitely have those moments that you end up seeing yourself in space and on alien planets, and you have these moments. And the trick is you cannot judge it, because the judgmental piece or the analytical piece is your mind. You need to sit back and let it unfold, because that is your true self watching it as a movie. But your analytical mind is going to try and make sense of it. You can't make sense of the unknown, so you just got to let it play out.
Absolutely.
And I have had experienced astro travel. I've had been on the ships, the Pleiadian ships, and the last experience I've had, I was in space and I was hanging from a triangle and it was upside down, and I was connected to a copper cord, and I had Metatron with me. Luckily within me astral traveling, I was aware, but I wasn't letting my emotions get the best of me. But I still had, for some reason, fear came up, but it didn't take me out of my astral body. So I was really immersed into what it felt like a dream, but I was astral traveling, and I actually had to talk to William Michael Forbes about this, because within the dream, I was attached to this, the copper cord was attached to the pyramid upside down, and I was afraid to let go of the pyramid. So every time I let go of the pyramid, being in space, I'm like, oh no, and I end up pushing myself back to the pyramid by thinking with my third eye. So then that's how I started to really start messing with my third eye with astro traveling and things of that sort. But I ended up finding out that during this astro travel, it actually represented me and my relationship with the material world, and really letting go of the material world to a sense where I'm not so involved in it, where I'm just focused on, ego-based things, but really,
very important.
Yes, but really balancing the spirituality with the material world. And so I was so attached to the material world that I was having this experience, and within this experience, it taught me, it's okay to let go, and this is not who I am. So I had that astral travel, but I've had plenty of astral travels going on ships and talking to my guides, and
it's so amazing.
Yeah, so.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, Sun is saying it happened several times, question mark. So that's about Dark Night of the Soul, probably. Yeah, and absolutely. Absolutely. Every experience is personal, of course.
Yes.
So we're going to go to the mystery guest now. We're also going to read some more comments later on, of course. Let's switch up. We're going to do our mystery guest energy. So let's see. Let me clear my energy for a second. For those who are completely new with this, the idea is I'm going to clear my energy, and I'm going to bring in a yeah, it could be like an ascended master, an archangel, or a god or a goddess, or cosmic or planetary being. Could be anything. I'm not going to reveal anything in advance. So, and I'm going to call this energy in, and we're just going to practice. So the idea is to improve your gifts. Even if you don't sense anything, just give it a try, because it's all about practicing. Practice, practice, practice. And we're just going to do some different rounds. So first we're going to start off with sensing this energy. See if you notice anything. Do you notice things like hot or cold around you? Do you notice somebody touching your cheek, for example? It could be little things like that. Afterwards, we're going to go to rounds like, is it androgynous, which means male and female at the same time? Can be both. Afterwards, male or female, and some different rounds. Okay, so that is the idea. Just have some fun practicing along with us. You can feel the energy already because I haven't called it in. Don't go too fast.
There is a buildup. There definitely is a buildup of energy happening. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They love these exercises. They always come in. So let's see. Let me clear my energy. Let me put up a picture as well. That helps. All right, let's start sensing. Let me know in chat as well what you're getting.
Yeah, I'm immediately feeling something that came into my center of my heart, expanding heart and moving up to my throat.
I feel the same. I feel heart, little solar plexus, but mostly heart coming in that from the front, kind of coming up.
Does it feel like a strong energy?
It feels dense.
Yeah, it's heavy. It's like it's in my throat now. I can feel it settling in there. I'm like clearing my throat too, a lot.
Yeah, building up.
Beautiful. Kindness is also feeling something. Awesome. Yeah. Saying head, hearts, and hands. Beautiful.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I feel my heart.
Pressure from the front.
I feel my heart, and I feel energy in the back.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah, it went from my crown, and I can feel now building up in my third eye. It's kind of coming around my eye sockets, around my third eye, just kind of building up here.
Beautiful.
I'm feeling the pressure around my third eye. It's like heating up.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, let's see if this energy is androgynous, which means it can present itself in a both male or female way. Let's see if we can get a yes or no for that. So you can get like a heart expansion, feels light, could be a yes, or a pullback in your stomach and pulls down, could be a no. If you're clairvoyant, you could get like a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or just a thought form for yes or no. So you can always ask it in threes to improve it, to get a specific answer.
I'm getting a no for androgynous.
I'm getting no.
Sunken feeling.
Let's see. Kristie said no as well?
I said no.
Okay.
No for me.
No.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting a yes, that it is androgynous.
You're getting a yes.
But we have to remember, like, energies do not present themselves as male or female, but in this case, yeah, they're predominantly coming to it stronger.
Yeah, we're talking about predominantly. Absolutely. Let's see.
I'm feeling so much energy in my crown.
And it could even be that it's a strong energy, but it's female. So strong usually presents as male.
Absolutely.
Female.
Absolutely.
So it could just be a strong female coming through.
Yeah, there are strong female energies and softer male energies. Absolutely. So don't get caught up. Try to get multiple ways to get the answer. Because I know with these exercises, they also love to play around. So other ones could pop up clairvoyantly and you're like, okay, well, I can miss. I see this person and then it's not the right person. So
lots of messing around, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure. They want us to try different things to expand and grow. So
Ooh, streamers of light from my shoulders. That's cool, Amy. Awesome.
Absolutely. Grace, I feel strong energy entering to my heart and going up to my upper chakras. Lovely. Martine, what are you getting for androgynous?
I didn't really sense anything for that, or maybe I just missed it, but I just constantly felt energy in my throat and my third eye.
Okay. So what if you had to give an answer, a yes or no, like reset for a second and ask again, and then get a yes or no? What do you think?
Okay. All right.
My ears are heating up.
Well, they're covered, so don't worry about it. Let's see.
I feel I'm getting like strong sensations on my face.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be male. Would it be male or?
Well, we're asking now if it's androgynous, so both male or female. If it presents itself as both.
Oh, okay. Okay, now I understand the question.
So, like, for example, if it was Archangel Gabriel, he's considered androgynous.
Right. I'm going to go with no. I'm going to go with male.
All right. Let's see. In chat, Carrie is saying no for androgynous. Kindness is saying this is so much fun. Thank you. You're welcome. We love having fun. Sun is saying I'm getting female as well. Strong female. Alyssa, I'm seriously falling backwards. Be safe. Luna immediately felt Mother Mary very close in front of me. Hi, Amy Hitter joined us. Welcome. Definitely a strong energy, Lisa is saying. And Vocht is saying up from my feet, cold energy, heart and back. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to reveal this energy is not androgynous.
Wah, wah.
So we're going to go to male or female. And let's see if everyone can get male or female. Meanwhile, I'm quickly going to scroll up before all the reading requests are gone and notes on in the meanwhile. So let's see. Is this energy male or female?
Yeah, I'm going male.
We're going for male.
I'm going male too. It just feels really dense to me, like thick. I don't know how to describe it.
Noted. Lovely. Let's see.
I'm going for male too. I'm getting a lot of heart expansion. I've asked 3 times, so.
Awesome.
I might have to ask him to step back because it's kind of getting to be like a lot.
Yeah, exactly. For those who don't know, if the energy is really too strong, just ask them to step back a little bit. It needs to be comfortable. Let's see.
It almost feels like ET energy.
That's what I was thinking too.
Well, that's the next round.
Really strong. Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's feeling for me.
Let's see. Kristie, what are you getting? Is this male or female energy?
I'm back and forth, but I think I'm going to go with male because I'm asking to see. I'm trying something different to see red for no's and greens for yeses this time. Good. And but it's I'm still like working on the color, so it's like I'm going to go with male though.
Beautiful. And Martine?
Male.
And male. Okay. So everyone thinks it's male. Let's see.
This is really going to hurt if it's female.
Yes, it would. No, it's all practice.
Could be Kali Ma. You never know. She's pretty.
You never know.
strong.
Exactly. That's a real strong female energy. Absolutely.
Diana too. She's strong.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. Feeling a male. Wendy is feeling a male. Alyssa saying, I never felt such a heavy. Oh, there we go. I never felt such a heavy push from in front of me. I agree, Rachel. It's powerful.
Yeah, I asked them to step back, and they took the front pressure that was off of me, so that was the part that was getting me like, whoa, and that. But I'm feeling it on the sides now, like so it's like coming in from the sides, but not so much from the front, so it's a little bit easier to handle.
Lovely, lovely. All right. Carrie thinks it's female, and this energy is female.
Oh,
I was like, they're gonna mess with us. I know it.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go to the next round. Is this energy a female ascended master, an archangel, or a goddess? So let's see which one we're pulled towards first, and we'll start with that one. So an ascended master, archangel, or a goddess?
I'm going to say goddess.
Yeah, me too. I'm pulled toward goddess, but I feel like they're messing with us. So I'm like,
let's start with goddess. Let's see if we can all get a yes or no for goddess. Can also be that you think it's goddess and then you tune in and then you find out it's not. So let's see whatever happens. Is this a goddess? Kindness thinks it's a goddess. El Sosa was pulled towards goddess too.
I'm going to say no.
I'm getting a no on that.
I'm kind of getting a no as well.
No, no, no.
I'm going to say yes.
You're saying yes.
We need to go through the other one so I can see what comes up.
Yeah, absolutely. So kindness saying goddess. El Sosa already did. Let's see. Grace, yes, goddess. And Alyssa is saying goddess.
Oh, we got to hurry up. This I feel like just rib pressure on me. My ribs are being squished right in.
Just ask this energy to step back a little bit.
Ooh, my head is going
down a little bit. All right, Martine, what are you getting? Is this a goddess?
I'm really not sure. I'm just going to guess at this point, and I'll say yes that it is a goddess, but I don't have quite confirmation.
All right, let's see. So this energy is not a goddess. So we're gonna go to: is this a female ascended master or a female archangel? Now you can just choose whichever you think it is: ascended master or archangel.
I'm getting an archangel.
You're getting archangel?
Yeah, I'm getting archangel as well.
Okay.
A lot of crown pressure I'm feeling. I feel like the more we open up, the more intense the energy gets.
Oh, for sure.
And then we have to really work on integrating and grounding.
Good point. Because as I'm resisting, I should just let it go and let it come in. Yeah, great point.
Yeah, it's not a goddess. So is this an ascended master or archangel?
The energy is so heavy that it's hard to even feel like the difference between what my body wants to do. It's just like there. But to tell me the answer of my body. Anyways, I can't discern between the two, but I feel like I'm drawn to Archangel too, just because the intensity of the energy. So that
Lovely. Lovely, lovely.
I'm going to go with Ascended Master this time.
Ascended Master. Okay.
And I'm going to go with Archangel.
And with Archangel. Kindness is saying, yes, definitely head pressure when you said that, Desiree. And El Sosa is pulled towards Ascended Master. Carrie says Ascended Master. And Grace, I would say Archangel. And Wendy is going for Archangel as well. All right. So this energy is an Ascended Master.
Darn.
So we're going to go to the...
Good job, everyone.
We're going to go to the final three options. It's all in good fun. Let's see. The final three options. Is this Lady Nada, Mother Mary, or Kuan Yin? Lady Nada, Mother Mary, or Kuan Yin? Congratulations, El Sosa. You're on the money. And Kristie, let's see. So the final three options, Lady Nada, Mother Mary, or Kuan Yin. Which Ascended Master has joined us?
I'm going to go with Kuan Yin.
Kuan Yin?
I'm going with Lady Nada. I actually did a meditation with her yesterday, so.
Lovely.
I'm going to go with Kuan Yin because her picture, I have a card with her picture and it just popped in my head. So I'll go with that.
Lovely.
I'm going with Kuan Yin. I just feel this is different than what I'm used to. So I feel like I don't channel her as often. So I'm not as familiar with her energy.
Lovely. Yeah, so El Sosa saying, wow, the energies don't match to me, but Lady Nada is calling.
I'm the same. It's just not really drawing too strongly for me. I'm kind of torn between the two, and we're house sitting a dog right now. I'm being distracted by it got out of its cage. I'm slightly distracted, but I'm gonna say Lady Nada. I'm gonna say Kuan Yin.
Kuan Yin. Okay. I'm drawn to Kuan Yin, and Angela is saying Kuan Yin.
Definitely not Mother Mary. Mary's a hug. This is not a comfortable hug. Just punch me in the ribs.
Unless she's showing another side of herself that we don't know yet.
All right. Let's see. Time to reveal. Let's do a drum roll.
Oh, you got it.
Mother Mary.
Mary.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh, yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
I was drawn to her, but I was like, it's not, I don't feel like this is Mother Mary. Like,
That's how I was
funny.
too.
No.
I was like,
So,
I kept hearing Mother Mary, and I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about Mother Mary. No, and I know Lady Nada, she's really soft.
So you see, it changes a bit, and they like to keep us sharp and practicing. So
See, Mother Mary's with me
Wow.
all the time.
let's
Mother
see.
Mary,
Let's
like,
just
she's
tune
very-
into Mother Mary for a second, and let's see if there's something she would like to say to the group to close this up.
If I can start while this dog is quiet.
Absolutely.
I'm hearing It's a time in humanity that we have to let go of fear. There's so much fear being laid on us from different angles. And it's time to let go and shift to a stage of love. Love is the higher frequency that fear cannot occupy the same space in. As light workers, this is our specialty, is that we know how to get past the negativity, get past the fear, and put our states into states, put our bodies into states of love, and to emanate that around the world and charge up the rest of humanity. This is the time to do it now. This is the time. That's my message.
Beautiful, beautiful. This is multidimensional. Soul.
I feel like she's showing us a galactic side almost. It's like, okay, Mother Mary, this does not feel like your typical presentation. So I'm just kind of wondering, like, her reasoning for showing up like this. But I will tell you this, like, my heart chakra right now, it's like there's a stone in there. Like, that's what it feels like. It's just like so heavy there. And I've never felt that. Normally I feel like expansion and like, but it's just like this energy is just sitting there. So I don't necessarily have a message, but I was just going to see if she would say something. She just says she's tuning our hearts.
You see? Absolutely.
She says she's tuning our hearts to a different dimension or a different reach, like a different aspect or layer of our heart is blossoming and unfolding. But yeah, she's like, there's definitely an intensity of energy. She's showing it like an energy ball almost, like that she put in our heart chakra to kind of help us feel her more, connect to her more deeply, she's saying.
Beautiful.
That's what I was getting, Rachel, as well. I know I noticed a lot of us were having a little bit difficulties, and she was saying that it's another form of energy of her love that is really, 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 it feels dense, but it's really, really strong, and that's where that density comes from. And so some of us might be feeling resistance, but that's there for us to release and let go so we can open up our heart more, is what I'm getting. And also, too, she's saying that a lot of us, we're open, but as we ascend, our way of how we sense energies changes, too. So she's saying that a lot of us are experiencing the way we receive energy a lot differently because we're progressing, and our gifts are becoming more heightened. And when our gifts become more heightened, or we activate other gifts within ourselves, we start to sense energy a little bit more differently than what we would if we were just awakening.
Absolutely.
So she said this is a process that is happening with a lot of us right now.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, let's wrap this up and go to the readings. So thank you, Mother Mary, for being our mystery guest today.
Thank you.
All right, so let's do some readings. The first one, Martine, if you'd like to do one for Tina, be still. Kristie for Sanyukta. And let's see, Desiree for kindness, peace, laughter. And Khan for Alyssa Watling. And Rachel for Grace S. And there are no specific questions. Let's see. Are you doing messages? Yeah, we're doing for the last 15 minutes. We're doing messages. So let's see how far we can go. And Martine can start as soon as she is ready. Let's see. There.
For Tina, be still.
Yeah.
I got the Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. So there is some abundance in your energy or coming your way, Tina. I feel like it's going to present itself in different ways, and you're going to have a lot of options. And some options may, I don't want to say try to trick you, but they may be misrepresented. So just to be aware and be careful and choose what's best for you and what resonates best for you. But I feel like there is some sort of abundance, something that you've been waiting for, maybe a new job, some type of money, something that's going to bring you fortune, and something that it's not coming out of the clear blue sky. It's something that you've been working on for a long time. It's a seed you've been planting and growing and nurturing for a very long time. So that's the message.
Beautiful. Kristie? And that's for Sanyukta.
Hi, Sanyukta. I didn't pull a card for you because I had Archangel Michael come in right away, and he wanted me to let you know that he's with you all the time, and that you're feeling some pressure from some situation, and that he keeps expressing to me to make sure that you know that he is there, and for you to turn to him with this problem or situation, whatever it is that you're having. Maybe it's just some kind of conflict in your mind. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not getting any details, but there's something that he is wanting to assist you with, and he wanted me to let you know that he is there and for you to come to him with it.
Beautiful. Desiree for kindness, peace, laughter.
So I pulled Archangel Gabriel for you. It says, shimmer with diamond light, express your creativity. Okay. And right now what I'm getting with Archangel Gabriel is he wants you to know that he's here to assist you with some clarity that's going to be coming in. This clarity, what I'm getting right now is he's saying there is a certain question or questions that you've been wondering about and you've been asking about, and you've been waiting for answers. And Archangel Gabriel is here to assist with helping you receive clarity on these answers. And also he's here to assist you with your creativity. What I'm hearing is there is something that you have your mind set on, or something that you've been wanting to do as far as a creative project when it comes to expressing yourself. This could be something that you've already started or about to start, but he wants you to call him in to assist with those times where you feel a little not sure on how to create what it is that you're trying to create. All right. And he's also saying to bring light into every situation, including this situation that you are waiting to receive clarity on, especially, and also with your creativity, with your work, bringing love into the situation and or projects that you are doing. This will assist with getting the clarity, not just with the situation, but also getting the clarity you need with moving forward in this creative project. So I really hope this resonates with you.
Beautiful. Next we have Khan for Alyssa. Alyssa Watman.
Yeah. So Alyssa, the beautiful Alyssa, I feel you are shifting right now. There's a lot of energy happening with your body. And your clairs seemed closed right now. Like many of us are going through that. Our clairs feel like they're closed and they're not opening, but they are. They're just adjusting and shifting. And I'm seeing that you have a big focus on family, and they're saying that's actually good for you because that is how you regenerate your energy and revitalize yourself. But they are suggesting that you take the family out and do more family grounding exercises. And I see you doing barefoot walking in the forest with the entire family. So just doing some grounding work out in the family. Short and sweet, you're doing great. Just keep on focusing on your family, but bring them into your world and do some grounding stuff in a sense that they don't know that it's for the purpose of opening up and grounding, but they want you to get into nature with family and barefoot it. I hope that resonates.
Beautiful. I just want to quickly put this up. I am tearing up. Is that normal? That's absolutely normal. You're releasing. So that's really good. Let it all flow. Let it all flow. Then we have for Rachel, for Grace S.
Hi, Grace. I actually brought my deck of cards with me today for something different. And so I'm using Keepers of the Light deck. And when I was shuffling, this card came out for you, and it is Bridget. And it says, inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. I also heard the word hope, so I'm just going to tune into the message for you more directly and see what they want to say. So the emphasis really is on your power, so taking your power back. So the feeling is like there's something going on in your life where you need to kind of take your power back. Like you need to step up your game. I'm hearing be more aligned with your higher self and what you want. So the sense is your guides or Bridget is asking you to take a closer look at what do you want? What do you need? What does Grace need to feel aligned, to feel centered, to feel supported in your life? The sense is like maybe you're not drawing on others for support as much as you need, or you're maybe not asking for help in the ways that you need help. The sense is maybe you're trying to do too much on your own, not bother other people or bring other people in. But what I feel like your guides are wanting you to do is just ask for what you need. And they're stressing, ask the universe for what you need. Ask the universe for backup in any situation where you feel alone or you feel disconnected from yourself, from your higher self, where you need that extra guidance and extra support. They're stressing to call on your guides actually more often for backup in times when you're not feeling strong enough to speak your truth or to be the way you want to be in the world, the way you want to show up in certain situations. So I just feel like them highlighting inner strength for you. And that's just so funny because that's what the card is, but they're actually kind of talking and going back to that message at the beginning. So I feel like that's the full circle message for you. And I really feel Bridget wanting you to call on her specifically for this. So if you haven't invited her in as a guide, I'm getting like total, vibrations and resonation, or like vibrations all over my body, like body buzz right now. When I brought in Bridget, mentioned that she really wants you to call on her as a guide. So for that inner strength and support. So I hope that resonates for you, Grace.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see. We have like 5-6 minutes, so I'll assign a few and let's see how far we can get. Wendy van Wyk for Martine. And Angela Hutkins for Kristie, and she would like a message from Archangel Gabriel. And I know Martine and Kristie, the first ones you did for Tina Be Still and Sanyukta, I know they're not here, so they'll check it later. And so if you're not getting feedback from them, that's why.
Did you
check it later?
Did you say Angela Hopkins?
Yeah, Angela Hutkins. Angela Hutkins. She would love a message from Archangel Gabriel.
Okay.
So I pulled some cards for Wendy Van Wyck. And 10 of Cups and 10 of Swords and 6 of Pentacles, which these two cards, well, the 10 of Swords talks about an ending, Wendy. So I feel like you're completing a really tough cycle in your life. And that's really bringing you to emotional fulfillment here with this 10 of Cups. And the 6 of Pentacles talks about reciprocation, paying it forward, just being of service, being at a place in your life where you feel whole and you feel like you have enough to give to others. So I feel like the cycle that you're ending is really maybe a dark night of the soul, and you're kind of reawakening to what you can offer others, and you're paying it forward and being of service to others right now. That's all I'm getting. That's all I'm feeling.
Beautiful. And Kristie,
Are we
for
not
Angela.
ice cream truck?
Sorry to interrupt, but I was kind of getting like a download while you were passing out the people.
No. Because we only have a couple of minutes, so I don't want to assign everybody because then we won't make it. So I assign Martine and Kristie right now, and they will see where we're at. So
okay,
you didn't miss anything.
And the ice cream truck just passed by Martine, so we got to go catch that.
Yeah. All right, Kristie, for Angela Hutkin, she would love a message from Archangel Gabriel.
Hi, Angela. First, I got Archangel Gabriel is very grateful that you want to connect with him. And he is saying, open up your mind and be willing to take in some information that may be confusing to you. He's saying, but it will help you expand in your awareness. And he says, you have been exploring some ideas or some areas, and this has something, it has to do with it. It has to do with whatever this is that you're looking into. And he says he's always with you, and you will feel his presence. Usually you will feel it from your crown when he's with you. And he says, don't forget that I love you.
Beautiful.
I hope that resonates.
All right. I'm going to sign the last one for Desiree. If you would like to do one for Soul, I'm going to put it up on screen. There you go. This is the final one for today. She would love a message, going through a rough patch at the moment. Oh, you're muted, Desiree.
All right. So I got joy and contentment for you. Okay. And I feel like this is a perfect card due to the fact that you might be going through a rough patch. All right. What I'm getting right now is the message is to make sure that you're staying centered into your heart space. Okay. Bring joy into every situation. Okay. Bring love into every situation. This will help you see things from a broader perspective and will help you understand why you are going through this time. This time is of growth, as you know, and you are shifting tremendously. Surrender, release, and see the brighter side. You are love, you are light. That is what you know. So express that. Be that. Be content with being okay with where you are. Surrender to this. This doesn't mean that you have to stay in this mindset or this emotional stage that you're experiencing. But they want you to surrender to what is happening at this time. And surrender with love. And then they're saying that clarity is coming in. And more clarity will come in. This is for your growth. This is part of your path. And know that you will get through this as you always have. They're saying, remember what brings you home to yourself and focus on that. All right.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, that closes our practice session. I'm now going to give it back to Martine for the closing words.
So that concludes our Divine Soul Awakening for today. If you're looking to contact any one of us, our information will be in the description box. If you want to subscribe to any of our channels, you'll be able to do so in the description box. And I kind of just wanted to go around the room and ask anyone if you had any events coming up that you wanted to highlight really quickly before we end. Jelle?
No, I have nothing coming up, but come join us next week and we'll be back with Divine Soul Awakening.
Okay.
I don't really have any events coming up, but next week I'll be co-hosting and we're going to do some meditations, and I think maybe we'll start out with some breathing exercises and maybe we'll end with the meditation. So join us for that. And it'll be fun, especially if you've meditated before or you haven't. It's for everyone. So join us.
Awesome. Thank you, Kristie. And what about Desiree?
Yes, so I have my weekend collective reading that I do every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on my Facebook page, and you can check the in the description below. The information's there. I go live every Monday and Fridays for the weekly and weekend collective reading. So,
thank you. And Khan?
Yeah, so I've started something new that at 12 noon and 12 midnight Eastern Daylight Time every day, I'm going to try and come live, and I'm putting the world into heart coherence to raise the vibration of Gaia and its inhabitants so we can get out of the state of fear. So I'm doing that every day, and I'm just going that live. I'm also going to be back on Friday on my channel for Ask Messages. So Archangel Eric, along with his friends, are all going to be there to answer your questions. So please join me at 12 noon and 12 midnight tonight. And I'd love to see you there. And if I can remind everyone to like these videos, really does get the message across. And we are trying to wake people up with this show. So please like our videos so that we can get it out. So thanks, everybody. Much love.
Thank you. And Rachel, do you have anything that you'd like to highlight?
Yeah, I host a live event every Thursday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And it's called 33 Masters, where we practice sensing, kind of like we did with the mystery guest, but we know who it is. 3 different ascended masters each week. We learn about them, and then we practice sensing their energies using our different clairs and channeling messages, and we share those as a group. And that's hosted on my private Facebook group page, which you can find the link to in the descriptions box below, but it's called Intuitive Soul Rising. But thank you all. This was a lot of fun today.
Absolutely.
Learning a lot.
Thank you, Rachel. As for me, I do have a video that will be coming up on this Friday. It's messages for light workers and starseeds, so look out for it. It'll be premiering Friday morning. And that's all for Divine Soul Awakening. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us, and please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to all of our individual channels. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. Have a great night.
Bye.
Take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.